I've been a trash collector for 6 years. Most people don't look at us. They hear the truck coming, they put their bins out, and they go back inside. We're invisible, part of the background noise of the neighborhood. I'm okay with that. I wake up at 4:30 every morning, kiss my wife Rachel while she's still sleeping, and drive to the depot to start my route. By 6 a.m. I'm on the truck with my partner Ryder, collecting garbage from the wealthiest neighborhood in town. Kenwood, mansions, manicured lawns, gates, security cameras. The kind of houses where people have housekeepers and drivers and probably don't even take their own trash out. I don't resent them. I just do my job. But 2 years ago, everything that mattered to me ended. And I've been going through the motions ever since. Before we go further, where are you watching from? Share in the comments below. And if you want more beautiful stories about hope and unexpected connections, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you never miss our next story. My son Caleb died when he was 4 years old. Leukemia. He was diagnosed at 3. We thought we had more time. The doctors were optimistic at first. Rachel and I did everything. Chemo, clinical trials, every treatment we could afford and some we couldn't. Caleb was brave, braver than I ever was. He smiled through the worst of it, made jokes with the nurses, held my hand during the hard nights. I used to bring my guitar to the hospital, play for him when he couldn't sleep, sing "You Are My Sunshine" because it was his favorite. He'd hum along. Even when he was too weak to talk, he'd hum. And then one day, he stopped humming. He died on a Tuesday morning. Rachel was holding one hand, I was holding the other, and the last thing I sang to him was that song. I haven't touched my guitar since. Rachel tried to get me to play again. Gently. She'd leave it out sometimes, suggest I pick it up. It might help, she'd say quietly, to remember him. But I couldn't. Every time I looked at that guitar, I heard Caleb humming, and the silence that came after. So I worked. I worked long hours, extra shifts when I could get them, anything to stay busy, anything to not think. Rachel understood. She was grieving too, but she grieved differently. She talked about Caleb, kept his photos up, visited his grave every week. I just worked. It was a Tuesday morning in late September. Ryder and I were on our usual route through Kenwood. Big trash day. We pulled up to a massive stone mansion on the corner of Irving Avenue, one of those houses that looks like it belongs in a magazine. I hopped off the truck to grab the bins, and that's when I saw her, a little girl, maybe 7 years old, standing at a second-floor window, just staring. She wasn't waving, wasn't smiling, just staring down at the street with this hollow, empty look. Something about her made me stop. "You good?" Ryder called from the truck. Yeah, I'm good." I grabbed the bins, emptied them, got back on the truck. But I kept thinking about that girl. The next week, she was there again. Same window, same empty stare. I waved. She didn't wave back. "You know that kid?" Ryder asked. "No, just thought I'd be friendly." "Friendly to a rich kid who probably doesn't even notice us? Man, you're too nice." Maybe, but I kept waving anyway. Week after week, I waved. She never waved back, but she was always there, watching. I started to wonder about her. Why she was always alone at that window. Why she looked so sad. One day, I asked Ryder if he knew anything about the house. "That's the Barton place," he said. "Hudson Barton. Big shot CEO. Investment firm or something. Loaded." "He got a kid?" "Yeah. Daughter, I think. Heard she's got some kind of condition. Doesn't talk or something." My chest tightened. Doesn't talk. That's what I heard. Some kind of disability. My girlfriend is a receptionist at a clinic where they take her all the time. I looked up at the window. The girl was there. Same as always. And for the first time in 2 years, I felt something other than numbness. I felt connection. That night, Rachel noticed I was quieter than usual. "You okay?" she asked over dinner. "Yeah, just thinking." About what? I hesitated. There's this girl on my route. She's always at the window, watching. She doesn't talk. Rachel looked at me carefully. You thinking about Caleb? Maybe, I don't know. She looks so alone. Rachel reached across the table, took my hand. A few days later, Rachel did something I didn't expect. She brought my guitar down from the attic, set it on the couch, didn't say anything, just left it there. I stared at it for a long time. I thought maybe you could play again, Rachel said softly. Not to forget, to remember. Rachel, I'm not pushing, but Jack, you used to love playing, and Caleb loved hearing you play. Maybe it's time. I picked up the guitar, hands shaking, strummed once. The sound filled the room, and for the first time in 2 years, I didn't cry. I just played. The next Tuesday, I brought my guitar to work. Ryder looked at me like I was crazy. You bringing that on the route? After shift. I thought I'd play in the park for a bit. Since when do you play guitar? Since always. Just took a break. Ryder shrugged. All right, man, whatever helps. We finished the route around 2 p.m. I told Ryder I'd catch a ride back later, and I walked to a small park near the Barton mansion, sat on a bench, pulled out my guitar, and I played You Are My Sunshine. I didn't see her at first. I was too focused on the music, on the memories flooding back. Caleb in the hospital bed, his small hand in mine, his voice humming along. But then I looked up, and there she was, the girl from the window, standing on the second-floor balcony of the Barton mansion, watching me. For the first time, she wasn't expressionless. She was smiling. I kept playing, didn't stop, didn't wave, just played, and she stayed there, listening. When I finished the song, I looked up. She was still there. I waved. She didn't wave back, but she didn't leave either. I packed up my guitar, started walking back to the depot, but I felt lighter than I had in years. The next week I came back. Same park, same bench, same song, and she was there again, on the balcony, listening. This time, when I finished, I saw something I didn't expect. She was swaying, just slightly, moving to the music. Ryder had said she didn't talk, but she could hear, she could feel. I played another song, then another. She stayed the whole time. On the third week, something changed. I was halfway through You Are My Sunshine when I heard it, humming, faint, barely audible. But there, I stopped playing, looked up. The girl was humming, eyes closed, swaying gently. My hands started shaking. It was the same hum, the same melody, the same way Caleb used to hum when I played for him. I kept playing, voice cracking as I sang, and she kept humming. I didn't notice the man standing behind her until the song ended. Tall, mid-40s, expensive suit even though it was a Saturday, arms crossed, glaring down at me. He pulled the girl back from the balcony, shut the door, and I knew I'd just crossed a line. 10 minutes later, a black SUV pulled up next to the park. A man got out, not the one from the balcony. Older, looked like security. Mr. Barton would like a word with you. Mr. Barton? The owner of the property you've been loitering near. Come with me. I hesitated. Am I in trouble? Just come with me. The Barton mansion was even more impressive up close. Marble floors, crystal chandeliers, art on the walls that probably cost more than my house. The security guy, Gerald, he said his name was, led me to a study. And there he was, Hudson Barton, the man from the balcony. He didn't offer his hand, didn't smile. Just looked me up and down like I was something unpleasant he'd stepped in. You're the trash collector? Yes, sir, Jack Brooks. And you've been playing music outside my home, for weeks. I didn't mean any harm. I was just what? Loitering? Stalking my daughter? No, your daughter seemed to enjoy the music. I thought... You thought what, exactly? Hudson's voice was cold, sharp. Was that some kind of trap to her? No, sir. I'd never do anything to hurt a child. I'm a father, too. It's just that I heard she doesn't speak, and I thought, you thought that you, a garbage man, could help my daughter? Do you have any idea how much I've spent on therapists, specialists, the best doctors in the country? No, sir. Hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you think a cheap guitar and some folk songs are going to make a difference? I met his eyes. I think music reaches places words can't. Get out. Mr. Barton, get out. If I see you near my property again, I'm calling the police. I left, walked back to the depot, got a ride home. Rachel could tell something was wrong. What happened? I met the girl's father. He told me to stay away. Oh, Jack. He called me a garbage man, like that's all I am. Rachel pulled me close. You're not just anything. You're kind. And you saw a little girl who needed kindness. He doesn't want me near the property. Then respect that. But Jack. What you did, playing for her, that was beautiful. Don't let him take that away from you. I didn't go back the next week, or the week after, but I couldn't stop thinking about her, about the way she hummed, the way she moved to the music, the way Caleb used to. 3 weeks later, I got a call. Unknown number. Hello? Is this Jack Brooks? Yes, who's this? This is Dr. Kimberly Monroe. I'm Vivian Barton's therapist. My heart started pounding. Is she okay? She's fine, but Mr. Barton asked me to reach out. Vivian has been different since you stopped coming. She stands at the window, waiting. She won't eat, won't sleep well, and yesterday she hummed. She hummed? For the first time in years she made a voluntary sound. I'm happy to hear it. Vivian has been nonverbal since she was 3 years old, severe selective mutism stemming from traumatic experience. She witnessed her mother's death in a car accident 4 years ago, stopped speaking immediately afterward. I didn't know. Most people don't. Mr. Barton doesn't talk about it. But Mr. Brooks, I've been working with Vivian for 2 years. We've tried play therapy, art therapy, equine therapy, EMDR, medication. Nothing has produced voluntary vocalization until you. Why are you telling me all of this? Mr. Barton was wrong to send you away, Dr. Monroe continued, and I'm going to recommend he invite you back, if you're willing. I'm willing. Good, because Vivian has been standing at that window every day since you stopped coming. Waiting. This time, when I arrived at the Barton mansion, Hudson was different. Still stiff, still formal, but not hostile. Mr. Brooks, thank you for coming. Of course. I owe you an apology. I was dismissive, rude. You didn't deserve that. It's okay. No, it's not. He looked exhausted. Vivian hasn't spoken since she was 3 years old, since the accident. Dr. Monroe told me. I'm sorry. My wife, Catherine, was driving. Black ice. The car hit a tree. Catherine died on impact. Vivian was in the back seat, physically unharmed. But she saw everything. He looked at me, eyes red. She stopped talking that day, completely. The doctor said it's selective mutism, psychological, not physical. Her vocal cords are fine. But the trauma created a barrier, and no amount of money or therapy has been able to break through it. Until the music. Hudson's voice cracked. I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars. Flown in specialists from Switzerland, Japan, everywhere. And you, a trash collector with a guitar, did what none of them could. They brought Vivian down. She was small, delicate, long blonde hair, big brown eyes. She saw the guitar in my hands and smiled. I sat on the floor, gestured for her to sit across from me. She did. Hudson, Dr. Monroe, and Gerald watched from the doorway. I started playing. You Are My Sunshine. And Vivian started humming. I kept playing. She kept humming. When I finished, she looked at me, really looked at me, and then she said one word. Again. Hudson gasped. Dr. Monroe's hand flew to her mouth, but I just smiled. Okay, again. Over the next few months, I came to the Barton house twice a week, always with my guitar, always playing. And Vivian kept progressing. She hummed more. Then she started singing words, simple ones at first. Sun, shine, you. Then short phrases. Thank you. I like that. Play more. Dr. Monroe couldn't explain it, neither could the specialists. But I could. Music wasn't about logic. It was about connection, about feeling safe enough to be vulnerable. And somehow, my music made Vivian feel safe. One afternoon, after I'd been visiting for about 4 months, Hudson pulled me aside. "Mr. Brooks, Jack, I need to ask you something." "Sure. Why are you doing this?" "I've offered to pay you. You've refused. You don't owe Vivian anything. So why?" I thought about Caleb, about the hospital, about "You Are My Sunshine" and the silence that followed. "I had a son," I said quietly. "Caleb. He died 2 years ago. Leukemia. He was 4. Hudson's face softened. "I'm so sorry. I used to play for him in the hospital. When he was too sick to talk, music was the only thing that reached him. And when he died, I thought that part of me died too. That's why you wanted to help Vivi." When she hummed that first time, I realized Caleb's music didn't die with him. It's still here, still helping, still reaching kids who need it. Hudson's eyes were wet. "Thank you for seeing her, helping her, for being patient when I was awful to you." "You weren't awful. You were scared. I get it. Still, I was wrong. About you. About what matters. I thought money could fix everything. But you taught me that kindness matters more." 6 months after I first played for Vivian, the Bartons invited Rachel and me to dinner. The house was warm, welcoming. Nothing like that first cold meeting in the study. Vivian greeted us at the door. "Hi, Jack," she said clearly. "Hi, Rachel." Rachel's eyes filled with tears. "Hi, sweetie. It's so nice to meet you. You like music?" "I love music. Jack used to play for our son." Vivian looked at me. "Caleb?" I nodded. "Yeah, Caleb." "I'm sorry." My throat tightened. "Thank you, Vivian." During dinner, Hudson stood to make a toast. "I want to thank Jack and Rachel for being here tonight. 6 months ago, I was arrogant, foolish. I thought that because I had money and resources, I had all the answers. But Jack taught me that the most valuable things in life can't be bought. Connection, kindness, patience, music." He looked at Vivian, who was humming softly to herself. "My daughter has found her voice because a trash collector with a guitar saw her and didn't give up." He raised his glass. "To Jack, and to remembering what really matters." After dinner, I played one more song. Vivian sat next to me, Rachel on my other side, and together we sang "You Are My Sunshine." Vivian's voice was small but clear. Rachel harmonized softly, and I played the chords I'd played 1,000 times for Caleb. But this time, there was no silence after, just Vivian smiling, Rachel squeezing my hand, and the knowledge that sometimes the people we lose stay with us in unexpected ways. Caleb's music didn't die. It lived on in every note I played for Vivian. And in that, I found peace. Have you ever found healing by helping someone else? Have you ever discovered that grief can transform into purpose? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If this story about loss, music, and unexpected connections moved you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more compelling stories about hope, healing, and the power of human kindness. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss our next story. Thanks for watching.